Hi Capricorn, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot reading. This is for the week of December 27th through January 3rd, January 3rd. So if you are new to the channel, I post new readings every Friday and then again on usually Monday or Tuesday. So if a reading doesn't resonate, you can always check back in a couple of days, or you could check a reading in a different part of your chart. You could even watch an older reading if the title speaks to you. And if you're not aware, I did post 2021 predictive tarot readings, so you might want to see those if you haven't. And I'd love to invite you to join us and become a subscriber. That will also help let you know when new readings are posted. So let's begin here and get the guidance for Capricorn, please. What does Capricorn need to know? What messages do you have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? All right, so we'll do our tarot here, then we will do an Angel Answers Oracle card reading. You begin here with the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Hierophant, and Strength. You've got the Seven of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Well, okay, so they're trying to give you a message here. You've got to keep going, whoever this is. You do have a little bit of restriction here, but it's just too much thinking, okay? And it might only be a day or so that you go, oh my God, I've got to get out of my own head. But you've got here Leo, you've got Taurus, you have Fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, you've got Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and you do have Air, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So you've got the Queen of Wands, and she's all about action. Now, for some of you, if you've got some kind of an off and on again relationship, there's a lot of passion. There's a very charged sexual chemistry with this relationship, and this might only be one person. But it feels like you got to get clear about what you want out of this. And it might not even be with them. Maybe it starts with you. Be clear about what you want. If you've got some kind of a, hump buddy going on here, because it's bringing in sadness. So it may be too, the Five of Cups and Eight of Swords are related to that for somebody here. And it might not be many of you. Maybe it's a handful. And you know what? 2021 is your year. So let's go into it. I mean, we're in your season, and happy birthday, by the way, to anybody who's celebrating. So it's about taking action, taking charge. If it's a situation you go, well, that's not mine. It's something where you do need to take some action, though. There's some little bit of sadness in this, and it's not overarching. It's really more of an undercurrent that we just need to address. So the Five of Cups does offer a bit of disappointment, but there's still positive aspects around this character. And it really has to do with recognizing, Abraham Hicks does some rampages of appreciation. If you've never listened to one, there's one that's a morning rampage that's really nice. And it just helps you to train your point of attraction, because when you do that, you'll attract more things. So there's a solution here. And for some of you, maybe it's just a conversation that needs to be had. I get it with the Eight of Swords here too, and it really will resolve things, especially if it's a love interest. Now, you've got, let's show these two together because I think it's important. You've got the Hierophant who says, be still and know, with Strength, who is, the grace that comes from suffering. I mean, we don't ask for suffering. I know I sure don't, but it always turns out to be grace in the end. So with this, you've got something beautiful coming along the way. You just have to allow it. So the Hierophant is a marriage card, and you also have a marriage card here too. You've got you've got this Hindu wedding, the 1111 wands here, and with the priest, the Hierophant. So for some of you, it's a serious relationship. Maybe you're broken up from a spouse. That may be what this is for somebody. And there is reconciliation here, okay? It just is about knowing that, having that absolute unwavering faith, because when we do that, it almost always materializes quicker than than it seems possible. So the Hierophant, for some of you, may be waiting on something with the Strength card being here, waiting on some information regarding a marriage, but it could also be higher education. So for some, if you're waiting to find out if you're going to be going to school, you have a manifestation here. So I would say yes on that if you've been trying to negotiate some kind of a class or something with that. But it's a very deep spiritual card. So meditate, pray if you do that. Be one with your highest self, your very best teacher, and that's your inner guru. And so with the Hierophant, you may have you may have a very honest conversation with somebody. There's strong desire here, but there's also honesty. And there's a change that offers neutrality with this too. So if it's been something where there's been division, there's an element here to neutralize that division and bring things together. Especially if you've been getting temperance in readings, I would tell you that too. Now the Strength card comes in and she's got infinite abundance above her head. It is somebody who's holding back feelings in a relationship that maybe you or the other person. Like I said, it's a conversation's going to need to happen, but I feel like there's sort of this restricted, fearful energy around it. But the Strength card also tells you that you have a solution for any problem. You will overcome anything. There's nothing in life that will stop you. You have the power at any given moment to pivot, refocus your attention, and receive. And so with this, you may have overcome something great here, especially with the Seven of Wands. So if there's been some battle with movement in terms of a house, or like I said before, a relationship, but I even get weight loss here for somebody. I get somebody here, if there's been a real struggle and a battle, this may be the last year. You manifest yourself fit and you find ways to get into a lifestyle, especially if you're a yo-yo. I see this damn yo-yo. So if it's like, oh yeah, I've spent 3 decades gaining and losing the same 30 pounds, well, you're going to overcome it. This is your year to overcome that and to know it and to feel it right down into your core and know that I will not go back to that person who keeps doing that. So with the Four of Wands, I mentioned before, it is a manifestation card. It's a law of attraction card. And it's also being liberated from restriction. So with that Eight of Swords, this is your way out, okay? And we'll talk about the Eight of Swords in a minute. Very different energies here. So the Four of Wands shows up to help you to see that, to help you to see the light, to see a solution, much as in the way that Strength does, to help you see, what do I need to do here? And you can ask your angels before you go to bed at night, show me the answers. What do I need to do to see how the next right thing to do is, the next right answer? You're calling it towards you. You manifested this reading, Capricorn, and there's beautiful aspects here. So with a job, though, too, I will talk about that for a minute. It may be kind of a stepping stone and onto something better for some of you. You've got victory here, but it's sort of like part of the journey. It's not the end. And some jobs, that's normal. You change jobs every 5-10 years. Some professions, I should say. So you've got the Knight of Cups. It's you visualizing. It is you being very clear with the universe, because the universe is your mirror. And the universe is so consistent that the universe delivers. We don't go into Starbucks and order a coffee and get scared that they're going to bring us a Shamrock Shake. That never happens. We know they know what they're doing. And when they put your name on the side of the cup, you know it's yours. The universe is much the same way, very consistent. So with this, too, in a relationship, this person wants you back. For those of you that are reconciliation people, you're in their mind a lot. So if you were living together and they had their mail changed and you keep getting mail for them, there's a reason for that. Or you're getting random emails and things that are related to them. Or, seeing their car, all of a sudden you see 3 of the same model as the one that they drive. That's not a coincidence. It's a bridge of incidents. And it may be leading you to either a chance encounter or a time where it seems very clear it's time to talk. So the Eight of Swords shows up, and the Eight of Swords is that committee that meets in our minds, and it's time to get rid of the committee meeting. It's unnecessary. And the more thinking and the more conflict that will build, that internal conflict, and it makes it so that we're creating by default. We're not deliberately manifesting things because there's too many opposing feelings and thoughts going out to the universe. So you've got also around you, it seems like a lot of people. So there may be people advising you, and you do better without them and go, like I said, to your inner teacher, to the Hierophant. That's your best teacher. You don't need all these opinions around you. So if you've got a lot of them, it may overwhelm you and cause you to be more unclear about what to do. And it may be something on the mundane too. Maybe you're getting advice in a different area. It's not something like a marriage, but you find that the more opinions you get, the harder it is to make a decision. It's causing indecision, whoever this is that's got a lot of people around them. So let's see what the angels have to say here for Capricorn. And, again, with these shorter readings, the energy, sometimes it can be on a very mundane level where it's like this was kind of a transition and it wasn't, necessarily some kind of a devastating change or something like that. So I guess be aware of that too, however that relates to your life, especially with that year predictive reading out there floating around. All right, you have let go. So it's the great paradox of letting go. When we let go, we receive. We pull in more more towards us. So let go, they say. Opportunity, but it's a golden opportunity here. So it feels like it relates to that Four of Wands to me, something that really frees you up and liberates you from anything that's holding you back. So the restriction and delay may have actually created some extra opportunity for you. And you've got the situation will improve. Well, I would agree with that based on the tarot, especially if it's a relationship or it's something where you're trying to get a house or something like that. You've got here in the next few weeks, so it's manifesting. And you've got a yes. I keep getting this card. I get in streaks with it. It's you can have do or be anything energy. It really is a very clear law of attraction kind of an energy telling you that you create your own universe. You are the master of your own masterpiece, and that masterpiece is your physical reality. So do whatever you want, Capricorn. It's yours to design. Well, I love you, Capricorn, and I'll be back again soon.